us with a brief statement.
Yeah, just congrats to the cross country and big soccer game tonight. And then obviously we're getting ready for tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have a good practice today. A little sluggish yesterday, but we'll get back at it today and hopefully have a good practice.
Pritchett at Montana, just kind of what do you see from him? What kind of challenges does he present?
Yeah, I mean, I've known Saeed for a while. We recruited him at Nevada. He's from Oakland. Seen him play against my younger son at one point a long time ago, and just a really good basketball player. Can really multi-dimensional. Can play combo guard. When they go real small, they'll play him at the 4 spot. Against quicker people, he'll post up against smaller, quick guys, and he plays right out of that mid post and does a great job of facing up. And then if you put a bigger guy on him, they like to isolate him, and so he obviously creates a lot of mismatch problems. He's one of the best players, in their conference, if not the best player in their conference. And obviously the tradition of Montana in the Big Sky is phenomenal as far as what they've done in making NCAA tournaments.
North Texas obviously slowed it down. I guess Rice played a little more up-tempo. What kind of pace do you anticipate Montana wanting to play or try to make you guys play?
Yeah, I'm not really sure because it's just a small sample size of 2 games, and obviously you can watch. We've all watched the Stanford game a lot. I think they'll run when the opportunity exists, but I also think that they're, Travis as a coach, they get good shots. They play. They're well coached, so they're not just going to run up and down, but they're also not strictly a slow tempo game where they're milking the shot clock every possession like North Texas. So, and Pritchett's really good in transition, and obviously, they have some guys that can really shoot the ball. Kendall Manuel is a very, very good shooter. So I think they'll just kind of, opportune score whether they got the break or have to play in a half court.
What have you seen from Jeans Hall the first couple games, and what do you think it'll take to kind of get him going on the offensive end?
Yeah, I think JC's done a really good job for us defensively when he's come in. He's he's able to play 3, 4, and even 5 for us. I think there's, in his defense, originally throughout the summer we weren't really having him play any 5, but with Reggie not being available, we've certainly played JC a lot at the 5 spot, and he's really tried to play catch up, just learning that spot from an X and O standpoint, from an assignment standpoint. And he's done a good job. I think that, through 2 games, you can't really say a guy's really hot or a guy's cold. I think that, Desi's going to start knocking down shots, and we certainly think and hope that JC will as well.
Hey, with the Big Sky, you know how good Montana is. Maybe other people don't. How fired up do you think a program like that gets when they get a shot at an SEC team?
Yeah, I mean, I think all you have to do, really, Bob, is just look across, every night, in our league. I mean, Florida last night, in for a dogfight when they were playing, and every night it's hard to win. People just don't understand that in college basketball with a 40-minute game and a player gets hot, anything can happen, and that's why, literally every night, not just across college basketball, but almost every night in our own conference, there's games that are coming down to the wire and in these non-conference stuff. And Montana's not going to come in here scared. They're well coached. They're tough. They're used to winning. They have a star player. That star player happens to be a senior who's got great toughness. So we have great respect for Montana, just like we did for Rice and North Texas.
What Evansville did to Kentucky.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to play. I mean, that's certainly some of the things that we talk to our team about every night is have an incredible respect for your opponent and understanding that you've got to play for 40 minutes. Like, you can't play a college basketball game for 12 minutes and come away with a win. You can't turn it off and on like a light switch. Like, you got to bring it. And hopefully, we'll continue to play the defense that we've played, and we understand teams are going to make some more shots maybe than what we've seen, but we want to stick to our defensive principles and continue to try to get better.
How are you liking the mix of vets and not rookies, but younger guys on the team, and how mature do those sophomores seem to you?
Yeah, I think that guys like Desi and Isaiah, like, they got a lot of minutes last year, and so I think that they're really comfortable. I think they're comfortable in the system, but obviously Coach Anderson played those young guys, and so they got some. Obviously, Isaiah got a tremendous amount of experience and exposure as a freshman, and Desi got great minutes, and so I certainly feel that those guys are in a comfort zone. Some sophomores are just now getting kind of their feet wet with playing time, but those two guys got extended minutes last year, and so I feel like even though we've only played 2 games into their sophomore year, those two guys have done a good job. And then it's not easy mixing like grad transfers like JC and Jimmy Witt and Jalen's roles change now coming off the bench with Jimmy, and but that's what, in team sports, that's what you've got to be able to do, is you've got to be able to accept roles, and you can continue to fight to change your role during the course of practice and during the course of games. But we all signed up for a team sport, and you got to do what's in the best interest of the team. So I think that this blend of younger guys with some of our newer veterans, as well as, veteran or 4-year players like Adria, I think our chemistry is really, really good.
Desi, I guess he's 0 for 7 on threes. That's obviously a small sample size, but he did shoot almost 50 last year. I think 50% on about 70 attempts. Do you see anything from him on three-point? Just think, hey, I just got off to a little bit of a slow start.
Yeah, when he shoots it, we still feel like it's going in. He's got good rotation on the ball. He's got good arch on the ball. His feet have been set for most of them, and what I was really impressed with is, like, even when the shot hasn't been falling, the impact that he's had. I thought his steal off an inbounds pass last game, kind of a momentum breaker for North Texas, and he's really defended his position, incredible. And he hasn't been shot hunting. Even though he knows he'd like to make a 3-ball, but he's had good patience, and it'll fall. He shot the ball well last year over the course of extended period of time, and so we feel like, it's just a matter of time before he knocks down 2 or 3, and then his confidence will grow even more.
Attacking the basket, and then how's a 6'1" guy get 6 boards? What's the key to that?
Yeah, I think he's done great, getting out in transition and attacking the rim, and a lot of guys will just kind of rely on their 3-point shot and just keep chucking it up there. But he's done a great job of mixing in dribble drives, mixing in slashes to the basket from the weak side, transition points, all areas that make him a more well-rounded player. That was real easy today. Thank you.
That's what I got. I saw you doing soccer ball videos now.
Yeah,